Claudine. I don't know about you, but I have been trying to add more fruits and veggies to my dinner plate. I have got my fruits covered, cheers, and this is my veggie for tonight, acorn squash. Typically, what I do with this is slice it in half, scoop out the seeds, and put tons of butter and brown sugar and bake it. And it is delicious. Everyone in my family loves it. That's how my dad used to make it. It's delicious. But I thought maybe it would be fun to try something a little bit healthier with my acorn squash. Now, when I cook, I do like to enjoy a glass of wine. It's just so comforting and soothing. Tonight, I am drinking Louverture, which is a French wine from Bordeaux. It is a wine shop at home wine, of course. And it is a blend of Merlot and Cabernet. Delicious, and I think it's going to pair very nicely with my stuffed acorn squash tonight. So cheers on that one. Give it a sip. So good. Let's get started with our acorn squash. Again, you are going to cut it in half, going to clean out the seeds. You're going to have something that looks just like this. Then you're going to put it in a pan, upside down, and you're going to bake it for probably 30 to 40 minutes. Now, depending on how big your squash is, you may need to do it a little bit more. Just watch it and test it. Poke the skin just like that with a knife. If it's tender, it's ready to go. So while your squash is cooking, I'm gonna make the stuffing. So what I did is I took some olive oil, about a quarter of an onion diced, some pork sausage, fresh pork sausage, about 1.5 pounds, and then added 2 cloves of garlic, minced up nicely, some dried thyme. I didn't have any fresh thyme, so you can use whatever you have. Chef salt, and you're going to brown that up until it's nicely browned. Then I added 1 apple that was diced. I used Honeycrisp apples. You can use whatever you have. Granny Smith would be really good too. And then I thought it would be fun to add a pear. I don't eat pears very often, but I think that pears are delicious. Now be careful when you're adding your fruit. You don't want to overcook them because you still want them to have a nice firm texture. So make sure you do it in the last 5 minutes of cooking. And then finish the stuffing off with some fresh, or from dried cranberries. So give that a stir. It's ready to go. It's perfectly cooked and browned, and the apples and pears and cranberries are all mixed in. So now we are going to get our squash ready to go. So I've got my half a squash, acorn squash, and I am going to scoop the stuffing in. And I want to make sure I get all of the good stuff in there. So the apples, the pears, plenty of meat, raisins, top it off. And then I'm going to finish it with some shaved Parmesan cheese, because who doesn't love shaved Parmesan cheese? That's perfect. All right, that's easy, so quick, so easy and delicious. Let's give it a taste. I'm using a spoon so I can get all that goodness. And of course, it doesn't make, it's not very neat to eat, but I think that's okay. So good. Perfectly savory and sweet, a little bit of saltiness. It's delicious. Now let's see how it pairs with my wine. Delicious. I cannot wait to eat the rest of this. Dinner is going to be so good. You can eat this just by itself, or if you want to serve some protein with it, some chicken breast or even some steamed fish, whatever you want. To me, this is dinner right here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you share and like my video.